Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue with the 12th chapter of our English course book, A Comedy of Manners, written by our author George Bernard Shaw. So, this chapter, A Comedy of Manners, has been adapted from the popular play Pygmalion, and the main characters in this chapter are Professor Higgins, the Flower Girl or Eliza Doolittle, Colonel Pickering, Alfred Doolittle and Mrs. Pierce. So, in the first half of the chapter, we have studied that Professor Higgins is a professor of phonetics, and he also records the people of voices of people in a gramophone, and he does researches and studies about it. And he is sitting in his lab along with his friend Colonel Pickering, and one day a girl named as Eliza Doolittle enters, and she tells to her Professor Higgins says that I have already recorded your voice and you are of no use to me. But the girl says that she has come here so that Professor Higgins could help her speak and speak like a lady and behave like a proper gentle lady, so that she could get a job in a flower shop. And she also said that she will be paying a shilling for an hour of teaching her, because it is her own language, and she couldn't pay much more than that. To which Professor Higgins said that he won't be ready to teach her. But Colonel Pickering intervened in between, and he said that he would agree that Professor Higgins is the best teacher on land if he is able to produce this girl in the ambassador's garden party as a proper lady and gentle lady, and he was also ready to pay for the lessons for the girl. Higgins also went excited, and he got excited, and he said that within 3 months he would transform Eliza into a proper gentle lady, and he make fool everyone by thinking that she is a member of the upper class. So after that, Professor Higgins asks his maid Mrs. Pierce to take her and help her bath and provide her some with new clothes. And after that time, after Mrs. Pierce have taken Eliza for taking a bath and all those things, so a man enters Professor Higgins' laboratory, and it was Eliza's father, Mr. Alfred Doolittle, and he says that he wants his daughter back. Now we'll study after that. Higgins, well, of course you do. You are her father, aren't you? You don't suppose anyone else wants her, do you? Well, I am happy to see that you have some thought of your daughter. Doolittle, painstakingly trying to follow Higgins' word. Higgins, well, you want her. Take her away at once. When Alfred Doolittle said that he want his daughter, to this Higgins replied that yes, you are her father, aren't you? And you will obviously want her. And I am very much happy to see that you have some thoughts. मतलब तुम थोड़ा अपनी बेटी के लिए सोचते हो. And Doolittle was not able to understand what he was saying, and he just made a sound like Higgins then said that, well, do you want your daughter? You can take her away right now. Doolittle, taken aback. What? Higgins, take her away. That is what you came to do, right? Doolittle said, what? उसने बोला ले जाओ, तो बोलता है कि क्या? तो बोलता है अरे तुम उसको ले जाओ, तुम यही तो करने आए हो ना यहाँ पे. Doolittle sadly, now look here, Governor, is it fair to take advantage of me? I am only a poor man who has come here because a strange man has my daughter. What you be wanting with her? Pickering, Mr. Doolittle, I assure you, his intentions are honorable. He simply wants to teach your daughter to act like a lady. So when Professor Higgins said that he could take back his daughter, so Doolittle felt, actually Mr. Doolittle felt that Professor Higgins was a bit rude, and he was making fun of Mr. Doolittle. To this, Doolittle replied that, listen, Mr. Governor, I know you are trying to take advantage of me. I am a poor man and who has come here so that I could get my daughter back. And what do you want from my daughter? Then Mr. Pickering said, Colonel Pickering said that, Mr. Doolittle, I am assuring you, I am giving you confirmation that Professor Higgins have no bad intentions towards your daughter. He just want to teach your daughter to behave like a gentle lady. Doolittle, a lady? How can I believe you? Eliza is an innocent lamb, sir. She knows nothing. It's my duty to protect her, sir. When Pickering said that Miss Professor Higgins is going to teach her to behave like a lady, to this the Alfred Doolittle replied that, how a lady? How could I believe you? Eliza is a very innocent girl and she knows nothing, and it is my duty to protect my daughter. Higgins thoughtfully, I think you have not come to take her away. I think you have come to extort money from me. Doolittle protesting and changing. No, sir, ain't wanna do that. I don't want to stand in the way of her career. Then Higgins understood that he was just making excuses, and he said that, I think you are not here to take your daughter back. I think you just want to take money from me. Then Doolittle got surprised and he said that, no, sir, I don't want to do that. I don't want to come in between the career of my daughter. Higgins, I believe I'm done with you now. I find you rather tiresome. Here, take this money and go away. Doolittle hurries to the door and nearly bumps into Mrs. Pierce, who is accompanied by a lovely and exquisitely clean young lady dressed in a blue cotton kimono. Then Higgins said that I am tired with you. I am tired with you. You take this money and go away. So when Alfred Doolittle got the money, he was quickly going towards the door, and what happened? He got bumped into Mrs. Pierce, and along with Mrs. Pierce, there was a very lovely looking young lady, and she was wearing a blue little kimono. Doolittle backing away. Beg pardon, miss, the young lady. Gone. Don't you know your own daughter? Okay. So when Doolittle bumped into this young lady, he asked for sorry and said that, please beg me pardon. And the young lady, who was this young lady? She was Eliza Doolittle only. Okay, she said that this gone is an expression, sudden expression. Are you not able to recognize your own daughter? Higgins, Doolittle, and Pickering simultaneously. Blimey, it's Eliza. By love, by Jove. Okay, Blimey is an exclamation for surprise. Okay, he said that. And they got all of them got surprised that it is Eliza. By Jove. Jove means surprise again. Eliza, don't I look silly? Higgins, silly? By Jove. Then Eliza said that, क्या मैं अजीब दिख रही हूँ ना? तो Higgins said, अजीब? By Jove. Mrs. Pierce. Now Mr. Higgins, there is no need to turn her head and make her conceited. Now actually she was looking, this Eliza Doolittle was looking so good that all of the three of them, Professor Higgins, Colonel Pickering, and her father, Alfred Doolittle, was not able to recognize her, and when they saw her they became surprised and shocked. When they become surprised and shocked and awestruck by how she looked after her bath and putting up good clothes. Okay, and all were praising her, but Mrs. Pierce that, Mr. Higgins, don't make her so. If you will praise her so much, she will become proudy. Higgins abashed. Yes, Eliza, I suppose you do like silly if you say no. If you say so. Doolittle, well, I never thought she would clean up as good looking as that. Governor, well, if you want her mind improve, I ain't gonna stop you so long, gentlemen. Okay. Now Higgins said that when Mrs. Pierce that don't praise her so much, she will become proudy. Then Higgins said that yes, Eliza, तुम अजीब ही दिख रही हो. He just said this so that Eliza doesn't become proudy about her looks, how she was looking. Then Alfred Doolittle said, after looking at his daughter, कि मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं था that my daughter would look so clean up and good looking, and if you want, then he says to Professor Higgins that if you want her to be improved, I am not going to stop you. So long, gentlemen. And after saying this, he leaves from there. Now Act 2, Scene 2. A few days later, Eliza is seated in Higgins' study room with the professor and Colonel Pickering. Her lesson have begun. Higgins is striding restlessly about. Eliza is nervously fidgeting. Okay. Now after a few days, Eliza is sitting in the study room of Professor Higgins along with the professor and Colonel Pickering, and she have started learning her lessons. Higgins is walking with long steps restlessly around his room, and Eliza is keep moving her bodies and hands because of nervousness. Okay. Eliza, Higgins, say your alphabet, Eliza. Eliza, I know my alphabet. Do you think I know nothing? I don't need to be taught like a child. Higgins angrily, say it. Higgins then asks Eliza that, Eliza, say your alphabets. Okay, like A, B, C, D, all of these alphabets. Eliza says that I know my alphabets. I know how to say alphabets. क्या तुमको लगता है कि I don't know anything? I need not be taught like a child. I am not a child. Higgins then angrily says, say it. Pickering, say it, Miss Eliza. Do what else he tells you and let him teach you in his own way. Okay. Then Pickering also said that please Miss Eliza say the letters and do whatever Professor Higgins is saying it to you and let him teach in his own way. Eliza, I, buy, sigh, die. Okay. Stop, Higgins, stop for heaven's sake. You heard this, Pickering? This is what we pay for as elementary education in this country. He puts his hand up in defeat. Say exactly as I'm saying. A, B, C, D. So when Pickering insisted Eliza to say the alphabets, then she said the alphabets, and instead of saying A, B, C, D, her pronunciation was totally wrong. She used to say I, buy, sigh, die. Okay, and by listening to this, Higgins got extremely angry at this default pronunciation. He's got extremely angry and he asked Eliza to stop, and he said to Pickering that are you able to hear this, Mr. Pickering? And this is the what we pay for elementary education. Elementary education वो जो प्री प्राइमरी क्लासेस होते हैं, ये हम लोग इन दिस कंट्री हम लोग एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन के लिए में ये सब पढ़ाते हैं, ठीक है. फिर बोलता है कि जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ वैसे बोलो, A, B, C, D. Eliza almost in tear, but that's what I'm saying. I, buy, sigh, die. Higgins, stop. Say a cup of tea. Eliza, a cup of tea. तो वो बोलती है नहीं, और रोने वाली होती है और बोलती है कि मैं भी तो वही बोल रही हूँ, I, buy, sigh, die. ठीक है. Higgins then says that stop और बोलो कि a cup of tea. तो Eliza, what does Eliza say? A cup of tea. Okay. Higgins, no, slowly enunciating. A cup of tea. Eliza, that's what I did, a cup of tea. Now Higgins again says that no, not a cup of tea. You slowly, enunciating means he was slowly pronouncing the words clearly, and he said a cup of tea. Eliza फिर बोलती है कि मैं तो वही बोल रही हूँ, a cup of tea. Higgins, impatiently, put your tongue forward till it squeezes against the top of your lower teeth and say cup. Okay, तो Higgins क्या बोलता है, तुम अपनी put your tongue forward and squeeze your tongue against the top of your lower teeth. Okay, and then you can say cup. Eliza, C, I can't. C, cup. Okay. So when Eliza tried and she said that C, she was trying to pronounce, and finally she said cup. Pickering, excellent job, Miss Eliza. Higgins, please, by God, she has done it at the first shot. Now say tea. Can you hear the difference when I say it? Now when she was able to pronounce the word cup clearly, Pickering praised her and said that excellent job. Then Higgins was also pleased, and he said that okay, finally you are able to say the word cup clearly. Now you say tea. And can you hear me how I say? Can you hear me how I say tea and how you say tea? There is a difference in both of us, how we pronounce the same word. Eliza, no. Expect it sounds more gentle, like when you do. Higgins, exactly. You have got the hang of it now. Here, take a chocolate. बोलता है तुम वो हिगिंस क्या बोलता है, क्या तुम्हें डिफरेंस समझ आता है? हम दोनों जब बोलते हैं टी दोनों जब टी बोलते हैं. एलिसा बोलते हैं नहीं, डिफरेंस तो नहीं, बस ये डिफरेंस समझ आता है कि तुम जब बोलते हो तो वो ज़्यादा जेंटल होता है, जेंटिल होता है. व्हाट डिड शी मीन? इट मीन्स जेंटल. उनका वो मतलब क्या करती थी, जेंटल बोलना चाहती थी, लेकिन उसकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन गलत थी तो उसने क्या बोला, जेंटिल बोला. ठीक है. हिगिंस then says that exactly, now you have understood what I want to say, and he offers a chocolate to Eliza. Higgins to Pickering, it is a tough job, my friend, but not impossible. By God, I will, and I shall make a lady out of her. Higgins then says to Colonel Pickering that it is a very tough job, but it is not an impossible job, and by God's grace, I will surely make a gentle lady out of her. So students, I hope you all are able to understand this chapter, A Comedy of Manners. Thank you. Have a nice day.